Good day to all of you. I'm going to present to you a tutorial on how to make a simple paddle game using XNA in Visual Studio 2010. To start with, let's create a new project file. The new project dialog in Visual Studio let us create Windows Phone game as the project type. So we go to New Project, then we proceed to XNA Game Studio 4.0, then select Windows Phone Game 4.0. Then let's name our project Pong Game. So there, the solution for an XNA project looks rather like a Silverlight one, but there are some differences. There is a second project in the solution which is specifically for game content. This is managed by the Content Manager, which provides a set of input filters for different type of resources. For example, PNG images, WAV sound files, and etc. These resources are stored within the project and deployed as part of the game onto the target platform. If you run this new game project as created above, you will be rewarded by a blue screen. This is not the harbinger of boom that it is used to be, but simply means that the initial behavior of an XNA game is to draw the screen blue. So how do we display an object in a game screen? As soon as we select the game class, we will see these three methods. The load content method, the update method, and the draw method. When we write a game, we just have to fill in the content of these methods. Note that we never actually call these methods ourselves. They are called by the XNA framework when the game runs. Load content is called when a game starts. The draw method is called as frequently as possible, and update is called 30 times a second. So again, the load content method is called to load the content into the game. It is called once when a game starts running. We create the sprite batch which can be used to draw textures. So there is already a default code. The sprite batch is equals to new sprite batch, and inside of it is the graphics device. So it creates a new sprite batch instance which will be used to draw the items on the screen. We will see what the sprite batch is used for later. We can add a line to this method that loads image into our game. So that will be ball texture is equals to content load texture 2D, and then inside it is the white dot. The load method provided by the content manager is given the type of the resource to be loaded. The appropriate loader method is called which loads the texture into the game. So that is texture 2D ball texture. XNA provides a type called Texture 2D which can hold a single two-dimensional texture in a game. Later, in a program, we will draw this on the screen. A game may contain many textures. At the moment, we are just going to use one. Now that we have a sprite, the next thing we can do is to make the game draw this on the screen. To do this, we have to fill in the draw method. This is the empty draw method that is provided by the Visual Studio when it creates a new game project. It just clears the screen to blue. We are going to add some code to the method that will draw our ball on the screen. But before that, we must know that when a program wants to draw something, it must send a batch of drawing instruction to the GPU. For maximum efficiency, it is best if the draw requests are batched together so that they can be sent to the GPU in a single transaction. We do this by using the sprite batch class do the batching for us. When we come to write our game, the only thing we can remember is that our code must start and end a batch of drawing operations, otherwise the drawing will not work. So, to begin a batch, we add the code sprite batch dot begin. And then to end the batch, we will write sprite batch dot end. We now have our texture to draw and we know how the draw process will work. The next thing to do is to position the draw operation on the screen in a correct place. Once we have done this, we will have created the sprite. The sprite batch command that we use to draw on the screen is the draw method. So there, the code will be the sprite batch dot draw, and inside of it are the three parameters. So the three parameters are the text to draw, the rectangle value that gives the draw positions, and the color of the light to shine on the texture when it drawn. So our first parameter will be ball texture, then new triangle and its coordinates. So that will be 0, 0, 60, 60, and then the color of the dot will be color.white. When we run this program, we find that the ball is drawn in the top left hand corner of the screen. The result should be like this. So we run the program. So build first. Then run. So there you go. That's the demo 1. So we open the previews project for the demo 2. So first things first, we will add a variable or another variable which is rectangle, and then we will name it as ball rectangle. And after that, we will proceed to the draw method. And since we have declared the ball rectangle or the rectangle, we will be deleting this and replacing it with ball rectangle. And then we will go to the loaded content, and then we will add ball rectangle is equals to new rectangle with its coordinate 0, 0, and then graphics device that viewport that width divided by 2, 20, and then graphics device that viewport that width divided by 20 again. So we forgot a comma here. There. And then, so to make our object move, we will be putting some code in the update method. So we will write ball rectangle dot x plus plus, and then ball rectangle y plus plus. So there you go, the code is there. So we will run the project and then run, build, then run. So there you go, the white dot moves. Ving. So thank you.